cocktail history with the Freeborn County Historical Museum, Library, and Village. I'm Stephanie Kibler, director here at the village, at the museum.
The village.
The heat's getting to us,
Yeah.
and we've been working out in the village a little bit. We had a new intern start this week, and so we've been. Anyway, it's been a hot day, hot week.
Days.
Although
Yeah.
you guys all know that. This is Risha, by the way. So today we're featuring the White Russian, and I don't even know, how did we come up with this? We were brainstorming on where to go, and somehow ended up with the White Russian.
You had said something about the Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it still.
Happened to be on. I happened to watch it this weekend. Really not a great movie, but it's kind of a great movie. So it's one of those cult
Classic?
It's a cult classic, yes. So a lot of what we feature are those refreshing cocktails. A lot of them are gin based, which is, and this one isn't quite as old as some of those prohibition drinks. 1949 is where this story starts. And this is more of a scrumptious yummy than it is a quenching, which I don't know why on this hot day we're not
I know.
like lemonade or something.
This is for the people who are allergic to juniper, though.
There we go.
We've been doing a lot of gins.
Well, gin was the kind of the beverage or the hard liquor of the day.
Yeah.
Bathtub gin.
Great, but I have like 3 members. Just in my words and numbers are hard, guys. I have 3 members of my family who are all allergic to juniper.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's no gin in this one. So this actually, initially it was the Black Russian that was created.
Right.
At the Hotel Metropole in Brussels to honor, and I'm going to mess this up, Hurley Mesta, U.S. Ambassador to Luxembourg.
Okay, Brussels isn't in Russia.
No, no. The Russian comes from the base spirit vodka, because at that time, all vodka that was exported
Was
to
from
the
Russia.
U.S. came from Russia.
Was it Smirnoff?
Smirnoff was one of the names that popped up. He was
big.
instrumental, but there were others. But yeah, so it all came from Russia. So that's why it's and then what makes it, so initially it was the Black Russian, which was coffee liqueur and vodka, and then you add a little whipping cream, which made it the White Russian, or milk. I don't know. There's a big difference between milk and whipping cream.
Yeah.
People put milk in their coffee, and I'm like, no. I'm a whipping cream in my coffee.
Well, and some people, I was reading about the White Russian and how there was a little bit of controversy about it because people considered milk or cream to be a children's beverage, and so why would you make your drink childlike?
That's kind of how it came out of fashion. Really, was that people thought it was yeah, because in the 50s, milky drinks were in their heyday. I love that. So
they were the bee's knees.
They were the bee's knees. But over the next decade, then it started to spread throughout the Western Hemisphere, and eventually appearing in California's Oakland Tribune in 1965 with the publication of the recipe. And it was a White Russian, 1 ounce each, Southern vodka and cream. The word Southern refers to a popular brand of coffee liqueur.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
And so it became popular. Still wasn't regarded as like a famous cocktail, but in 1998, then when the Big Lebowski came out.
That's not that old.
No. No, it's not that old.
That's younger than me.
Yeah. Yeah. With Jeff Bridges, known as the Dude, or the Duderino, or the Dudester. I'm sorry.
She keeps saying those words to me.
Dude. He continually threw back White Russians in the movie, and all of a sudden with this cult classic film, this drink has had a surge, or resurgence, I guess is. Yeah. You wanna?
Let's
Should we mix
mix it.
one? So you fill your cup with ice, your glass with ice, and it is 1 shot of Kahlua and 1 shot of vodka in each glass, and then it's a half a cup of cream. Well, that one probably hasn't been opened in a little bit. It's a little sticky. I haven't made a White Russian in a long time.
Kahlua smells good.
And I'm hoping there's 2 ounces in there. It's a pretty color too. Yeah,
There's
so
2.
we're good.
With
And then
an extra 2 drops.
And then an ounce of vodka. I brought my favorite, my Grey Goose. People have no idea how much work all of this is taking today. You have to put it into the shot glass. That's a lot of wasted Grey Goose there.
It comes out funky.
I don't know why you say that. Just a little vodka drink. And then I'll add the cream while you're doing that.
Thank you.
How's that? So then it's a half a cup. So we're gonna use this whole little thing of cream here.
Ooh.
I think it's a fun one too to watch it as it.
Well, it almost looks like the whole oil and water,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because it doesn't fully permeate.
right. And then if you can see it, so the glue is on the bottom, the cream, and then the vodka floated to the top.
Yeah. It's like a science experiment.
Kind of, yeah. Just feel like that's a lot of cream. And then it doesn't look as pretty, does it?
Not when you mix it.
No. It looks like milk.
Do you think milk is a childlike drink? Only children drink it?
Oh no, I love milk. No, I love milk. All right, so here, cheers. Your first White Russian.
Mm-hmm.
It's like dessert.
It is.
I'm gonna say though, I think it's heavy on
Okay.
cream.
That's what makes it good.
Oh, see, I'd
It's
like
like
a
a
little more
milkshake.
coffee flavoring to it. It is like a milkshake.
Yeah. Extra Kahlua wouldn't be bad. Yeah.
We're gonna just top it a little bit.
I like mine right now though.
Oh, do you? I'm gonna
You
put a
do
little.
yours.
Just tastes like whipping cream right now.
Well, when we were trying to figure out what to do, and you said the White Russian, I went, oh, I have something to connect to Freeborn County. Because,
And I think I said, you know, a White Russian.
yes, there's a White Russian to connect to. The White Russian who came to Freeborn County. His name is Charles J. It's either Upin,
Spelled
U-P-I-N.
probably Upin. Isn't it
Upin?
Upin?
And he was born in 1890, and he Said, S-A-I-D, Said, Russia, which is now Lithuania.
Oh,
But
interesting.
when he was born there, it was under Tsarist regime, and he came to the U.S. To avoid. There was a whole article on him in the newspaper that we have, and so I'm going to read a little bit of the stuff that came from that. But he said he came to the U.S. to avoid brutal oppression, religious persecution, and compulsory military service.
Oh.
He said life for the Lithuanians, and especially for those of Jewish faith, which he was of the Jewish faith, was difficult under the Tsarist regime. And he said this became even worse in 1905 and the years to follow.
Okay.
So he left, and it took him 5 years to earn enough money to get to Germany first.
Oh.
And then he took a 4th class passenger ticket on a steamship to the U.S. in 1912. And he first got to Norfolk, Virginia, where he worked for his uncle for a little while.
And what did he do there?
It didn't say, but he did say that didn't quite work out. So I don't know if there was some sort of like family tension there or something.
Who wants to work for their uncle?
Yeah. I mean, I like my uncles, but
I like my
there's
uncles,
a
too.
whole kind of obligatory piece to it and stuff that you don't quite see eye to eye sometimes on life-wise.
And it's that respect your elder kind
Yep,
of
yep.
thing, right? That's like at least if you're not related, you can have a conversation about what you disagree on. But
Yeah.
with your uncle, it could be a little harder.
Sometimes. But he wrote to another uncle in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin,
Ah,
and that uncle sent him a train ticket to go up to
fun.
be with him. And then after several years, he formed a partnership with a man named Simon Lasker, and they wanted to start a clothing store. And they decided while they were still in Wisconsin that they wanted to make this clothing store in southern Minnesota.
Oh.
So they hadn't decided where, but they were hesitating between Albert Lee and Austin. Those were the two spots. And okay, I'm not bashing Austin here. This is what he said.
A little disclaimer there.
Disclaimer. He said that Albert Lee looked to us like a younger town. The streets were wider and it looked like a cleaner town.
Oh, interesting.
So that's why they set up shop here, and they opened it in 1921 was when they opened the store, and they named it St. Paul Clothing House or St. Paul Clothiers.
Clothiers.
Was that normal?
Clothiers?
Was
Yes.
that normal?
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay.
Clothiers.
And he said that they named it that because he liked the metropolitan touch.
Oh.
That's just- he
And
liked
that building now is still on the corner of Broadway and Main.
Yep.
And you can actually still see the painted St. Paul Clothiers on the side of it.
Yep. It was 129 East Main Street.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful building.
Yeah.
And actually, it's just recently had some new renovations, new windows, I think in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
That they've done a really nice job renovating. It's beautiful.
But it was a very successful business because in 1927 they opened a shop in Faribault, and in 1932 they opened in Grand Rapids.
Oh man, Linda Evenson down in the library just a couple weeks ago gave me a picture, but it might be from the Gildner Lageson store and not the St. Paul Clothiers store. Did I send that to you too?
No, I saw it when.
Okay, so I think
Yeah.
that was Gildner Lageson.
Yep.
No, okay.
It's a very beautiful,
Beautiful.
store, entrance, storefront. It was
Yeah,
really,
it's
really
beautiful.
pretty. Yeah,
And I
some of
wasn't
those
sure
older
if it was
stores.
the same, but this store is just, I'm sure in its heyday was absolutely gorgeous.
Great. He bought out his partner in 1945, and then in 1970 was when he retired, and he moved not to Hollandale, to Hallandale, Florida.
Dale, Florida.
Yeah.
I
With
guess
his
that's a
wife
nice
Beatrice.
retirement.
Right? And his sons kind of took over the firm, but eventually they kind of sold it off and it became different businesses. And he was very, very active in Albert Lee here. He was president of the Chamber of Commerce, Salvation Army Advisory Board, the Rotary, several Masonic groups, the American Legion, the
Wow.
Elks, and he was also the member of the B'nai B'rith. I'm not sure, that probably is Hebrew, but I probably said it incorrectly because I don't know Hebrew. But it was the Austin Albert Lee famous Jewish organization.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I wonder if we have more info on that.
yeah. But another little note on him too. He said he left Russia because of the compulsory military service. But when World War I broke out in 1917, he volunteered for duty in the U.S. Navy.
But that, I mean, that's different, right? Than
Because
being forced.
instead of it being compulsory,
Right.
it was, this is what I am
Right.
choosing to do for my country.
Right.
Yeah.
So Czar,
Yep. The Tsar.
CZAR, or TSAR. Are they the same thing? Are they a different thing?
They are the same thing. I do believe it depends on
The region?
year.
Oh, the year. Okay.
The like kind of dynastic.
Okay. I
kinda
wasn't
deal.
wondering if it was that or if it was regional.
I also think it's a language thing too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's all I had on him.
I like that. That's one area we haven't delved into. She lied.
I do. I have
folks.
another thing.
She lied. She's got more.
We have quite a few suits from clothiers.
Clothiers.
I need to figure that out. Clothiers.
Simple clothiers.
Quite a few suits came out of there. They had some really
Oh,
cool
fun.
that still have the little tags in
Oh,
them.
fun.
And one we got in 2020, which was Irvin Light's wedding suit.
Oh.
And it's this gray suit that has these fantastic lapels. They're like almost wing lapels.
And you've got a great photo of him in that
Yes.
suit. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I believe that would be Mark Light who brought
Yes.
those items in.
Yep, that's his grandfather.
And he's a past president of
Mhm.
our board. Yeah.
Yeah, he bought it in 1926. And we also do have a picture of Charles Eupen.
I think it's Yupin.
Eupen. He is on display in our settling in Freeborn. You can see a nice picture of him. He's like really 1920s iconic, like that whole look.
I fight the urge every time you say he is on display.
Oh, an image of him.
Just
is
have a
photograph
Charles
of
stuffed in
him.
a cabinet back here. Yeah, E. I like that. That's we hadn't delved much into talking about him as we were building things, and
Great.
so that's a fun story. And I did not know he was the St. Paul Clothiers guy.
Yes, clothiers. Thank you.
Huh, funny. I did not find a Freeborn County connection to the White Russian. But one of the things that I thought was interesting was the history of Kahlua. Because by the 1800s, both rum and coffee were in place where coffee liqueur was just asking to be made.
Oh, really?
That's the quote. It was just asking to be made.
Because everybody loves coffee, or what?
I think because they were coming of their own at the same time together, and when you think about it, they do work well together.
Mm-hmm, they do.
Kahlua, which is now the main coffee liqueur, the big name in coffee liqueur, began its production in 1936 in Mexico, which, I don't know, I was just assumed Hawaii because
Right. I thought it was a tropical
yeah.
island area.
But no, started in Mexico. Let's look here. Now it's out of New York. Who knew? But it said here, it is likely that there were others that found the drink and were making it between the Boston Tea Party when the coffee first started coming into the New World. Because why? We had to purge our tea, right? We had to get rid of
the tax
Yeah.
items. And
So that's really when coffee became popular, and that's when Kahlua started to be being produced. I thought that was interesting.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because you do hear a little bit of that, like the British tea drinkers is
Right.
like a jab, and so it's like, let's replace it with coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder, my curiosity, how far did that word spread that we had to get rid of the tea? No more tea.
The 13 colonies?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of an interest. And how does that word spread? It takes forever, but how long would forever be to get rid of your tea? Huh?
Yeah.
That's as I was typing this up, I was thinking about that. I thought, this is weird. I wonder how long that took. So there's several variations on the White Russian. There's the White Canadian, which is made with goat's milk.
But it still has the vodka?
Yeah, but it's the White Canadian because there's goat's milk.
Okay, so goat's milk trumps vodka?
Yeah. So there's White Mexican, which uses horchata instead of the cream. And the White Cuban, which uses rum instead of vodka. And the White Belgian, which is made with chocolate liqueur instead of coffee liqueur.
Okay, wait, but wasn't the White Russian was created in Belgium, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I thought that was really funny. Yeah, I thought that was really funny. So, I have this funny little quote from this article that said, so the next time you're in the mood for a white Russian, make sure to don your rattiest bathrobe. The dude wore a ratty bathrobe. Head to the bowling alley
In
and
your
get
ratty
ready
clothes.
to say, hey, careful, man, there's a beverage here.
So you go to be in the way of people so that you can say that?
Hey, man, there's a beverage here.
That's silly.
The whole movie's silly. Cheers, everyone.